Gentlemen, welcome back. Oh, you guys don't mind if I stay here, right? Oh my gosh, ever since coming into this club, it's been fantastic. I've made so much money, and I won almost all of the games as well. It has just been great coming here. Oh my gosh, I'm so rich. Oh my gosh, hole 16 was my favorite one. I've just been winning and winning and winning, and it's unbelievable how much I've been winning. This game is so easy. Oh my gosh, it's just so unbelievable how easy this sport is. Oh, that also reminds me of the time where I went to the hotel. They wouldn't let me in, so guess what I do? I buy the hotel! Oh my gosh, it's so great having all this money in my hands. Now, look at this great club. Oh my gosh, I made the grass greener. I turned this to a great place. Oh my gosh, so another story that I have to tell you guys. So I was at the airport, right? And all these people were just crowding up the station. I thought, why not just take my private jet? Oh my gosh, I just love
I got your letters here.
Just look at it. You know, another story that I wanted to tell you is how much I've invested so much on this company and on this golf club as well. Oh my gosh, the great things that we've been doing here. Am I right, buddy? Oh my gosh.
The only thing worse than his talking so much is his transparency. Just last week, he asked me for a loan of $250,000.
The letter you sent me is the most incredible thing I've ever read. Archie, we're old friends.
I must tell you, my communications to you was not as an old friend, but as a lawyer. Is the bet I have in mind legal?
No bet in the state is legal.
Well, is it against the law? Anything criminal in it?
I don't see anything criminal in it, no.
Alfred, that is exactly what I wanted to hear.
Playing games, just having a great. I mean, just.
Yes, sir?
Franklin, would you take this note across the yard to Mr. Tennyson? Tell him it's from me. Have him read it immediately.
Why, yes, sir.
The note that this man is carrying across the club is in a form of a proposed wager, but is the kind of wager that comes without precedent. It stands alone in the history of bet-making as the strangest game of chance ever offered by one man to another.
Do you know what I can do with $250,000? I could triple it, quadruple it, and with this golf thing I could...
A letter from Colonel Taylor.
Just put it over there.
But his instructions are that you read it immediately.
I beg your pardon?
Looks like he has seen a ghost.
What does it say?
What about it, Tennyson?
Is this some kind of a joke? I mean, really. If it is, then you have a humor quite beyond me then.
It is not a joke. You know me reasonably well, Tennyson. You know that humor is perhaps the least developed aspect of my character. I am quite serious. If all the club members approve this wager, I'm proposing a wager to Mr. Tennyson. I will bet him $4 million that he cannot go an entire year without speaking. He will be placed under observation by me. How about it, Tennyson?
May I ask what is the reason for this wager?
What I'm about to say to you might sound horrifying to the average person, but to somebody as insensitive as you, it will not. I dislike you very much, Tennyson. Your voice has become intolerable. I sit here each night and the sound of it makes me wince. You see, Tennyson, you cannot possibly remain silent for a year. It's not in your nature. You're shallow, talkative, and empty-headed. To remain silent will destroy you. So what I assume will happen to you is you will perhaps withstand the pressure for 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even a couple of months, and then you will break. That's again your nature. Well, Tennyson, does it appeal to your sporting blood?
Oddly enough, it does appeal to my sporting blood.
Now that too is ridiculous. There is nothing sporting about you, Tennyson. I happen to know that you're delivering your nightly financial debt. You've run through your inheritance, your debts are insurmountable, and you do practically anything for money, except, perhaps, to remain silent for a year.
Archie, I find that quite insulting, but I accept your challenge. One more question. Where am I going to be located?
Well, how about in the old game room? It isn't being used for anything, Microphones will be placed around the room, which you are to leave untouched. Your every movement will be recorded, and so will your voice when you decide to give up. You will allow me or any of us to observe you at any time.
When is this supposed to start?
Well, the room could be prepared by tomorrow night. I've made all the necessary inquiries. You could enter any time after 10 p.m. And so at 10 p.m. June 3rd, 1962, you may leave the room. At that time, I will have a check for $4 million. Assuming, of course, that the impossible happens and you're able to remain silent for those 12 months.
I'll be back tomorrow. I would like to have that check certified and placed in my deposit.
That might be the usual procedure in a fish market or a pawn shop, but not in this club and not with me. My credit is well known, so is my honor, and every member here will vouch for you. There will be no check placed on deposit. You'll have to take my word.
$4 million? Damn. Tennyson, I've known Taylor for a long time. This is not a joking man. I warn you, he is deadly earnest.
Do you know my wife, good sir? Her name is Doris. She's a beautiful, fragile, and amazing thing. She's like a flower, but as so she always shops at the most expensive stores, and I cannot afford that for her all the time. So I need this money. Good day, sir.
Anytime, Mr. Tennyson. Anytime. Hello, Mr. Tennyson. Get comfortable, Mr. Tennyson. You're gonna be here a while. Oh, Franklin,
Yes, sir.
is that Mr. Tennyson's dinner?
Yes, sir.
Is he eating all right? Appetite good?
Not very well last week, but this week he's eating very well.
Well, that's nice. I hope he stays in perfect health. I wouldn't want this new environment to damage him in any way.
He seems in excellent spirits, and it's 9 weeks now. 9 weeks today that he's been in there.
9 weeks? That's really quite incredible. I give him 4 weeks, but 9?
Yes.
I guess there's more stubbornness in him than I thought. I've been giving this a lot of thought. You fulfilled your part of the bet admirably. As a matter of fact, you've completely surprised me. But the fact is, I feel the whole thing has gone too far. It's becoming inhuman. I'm prepared to offer you $1,000, and you may walk out today right this moment if you choose. It's going to be an early spring this year, Mr. Tennyson. You ought to see it. It's a time of year where there's a lot of young ladies out there. For example, your wife. She must be lonely, Mr. Tennyson. Desperately lonely. As a matter of fact, she has been seen with other young men. It's odd she hasn't paid you a visit, isn't it? I happen to know you have written her many letters requesting a visit. She hasn't responded, even to your notes. Why don't you leave, Mr. Tennyson? If you leave right now, you might still be able to save your marriage.
I wouldn't have believed it. 1 year in that room and not one word out of him.
Look at Archie, not the face of a happy man.
How could he have done it? How? It's impossible. I haven't any money. I offered you $1,000, then $5,000. I would have had to go out in the streets to beg even that amount, let alone $500,000. It's true that I have pride, bearing, taste, exceptional breeding, but I lost most of my money some years ago. Now you have forced me to uncover the situation, proving, Mr. Tennyson, proving that of the two of us, you are by far the more substantial, and I will naturally resign. I will not ask you to suffer my presence any longer.
Tennyson, your time is up.
What is he writing down?
What is he doing?
What doesn't he talk?
I knew I would not be able to keep my part of the bargain, so 1 year ago, I had the nerve to get my vocal cords removed.
Mr. Jamie Tennyson, who almost won a bet, but who discovered somewhat that gambling can be the most unproductive pursuit, even with loaded dice, marked cards, or in his case, some cut-out vocal cords.